Hi guys, welcome back to Benmore CrossFit at Home. We have got 2 more workouts, this one included, before we finish and we start workouts in the gym. Can't wait. Okay, so what have we got? We've got a 2-part workout today. 10 by 5 shoulder press. So 10 sets, 5 reps, lifting every 2 minutes. You're going to add weight the whole way through it and you're going to get to your heaviest possible 5 reps. After that, 4 rounds for time, 10 wall ball, 30 sit up. Wall ball RX weight for the guys is 9 kgs, 6 for the girls, shooting to a 9-foot and a 10-foot target, just as usual, 30 sit-ups. Okay, full equipment, got all the stuff. Limited equipment version is 10 sets of your max average strict press on each side. Remember that it's not just on one side, lifting every 2 minutes. So essentially it's the same sort of workout, and you will establish what your max average is whenever you're doing your warm-up. And then it's 4 rounds for time, 10 thrusters, 30 sit-ups, which is essentially the same movement as the wall ball, more or less. Okay, so warm up. Let's get through this quite quickly. Let's go 5 minutes cardio, just to warm your body up, get your heart rate up. And then we're going to do 3 rounds of 10 air squats, 5 pass-throughs with a push-up, and 10 sit-ups. I'll just demo each of those pretty quickly for you. They should be bread and butter by now. So air squats, feet between hip and shoulder width apart, big proud chest, big fat tummy, arms in front of you, and sit down, and stand, there. Okay, pass-throughs. Legs as far apart as you need them to be without being ridiculous. Keep your legs locked the whole way through. Bend at your waist. Fold onto the floor, into your plank position, push up, into downward dog, stick your bum up in the air as far as you can, push the ground away as much as you can, out to the left, out to the right, keeping your legs straight, stand up. Now, if when you're doing the push-up part of that, you find it too difficult, drop onto your knees, and do it from there. Don't do this, don't do this, none of this business. And then followed by 10 sit-ups. Take a towel, put it under the small of your back. Your multiple options. Let's start with our feet butterflies. And in the workout, where you're doing the sit-ups, if you're doing it RX, if you're doing it as prescribed, feet are like this. Hands on your shoulders. Shoulder blades hit the back, sit up. When I say, sorry, shoulder blades hit the back, hit the floor. Alright? Sit up, hands in front of you. If that becomes too hard, you can do this. You can also do this if you're doing an RX as well, that's fine in the workout, as long as your feet are butterflied. The next option to make it a bit easier, feet on the floor. Make it easier again. Hands behind your head. Okay, those are your options. So, 10 air squats, 5 pass through with a push up, 10 sit up, 3 10 right. Stupid finger. Okay, then we're going to go through our pipe routine. Again, theme, this should be pretty straightforward. Take your pipe. Push it out in front of you. Nice flat back. As flat as you can, as straight a line as you can from your hips to your wrists. And make sure that you are really, I feel a bit of a kink in my arms at the moment. Even though I'm still getting a stretch, I want to just really push that whole thing out as far away from me as I can. And because my right hand's on top, I push it over to the left. And I hold it here for 30 seconds. I'll do the same thing on the left, on the other side. Doesn't matter which order you do it in, it's fine. Really push those arms away from, push the pipe away from your arms super straight. And push the pipe up to the right. And then our pipe pass-throughs. Ten of these, probably 10 around the world. And 10 around the world the other way. Next piece, we're going to do 2 sets of 5 strict press per side and 5 wall balls or thrusters. So I'm going to demo the thruster because the majority of you, I assume, will probably do the thruster in place of the wall ball. So strict press, really straightforward. And this is the same movement that if you're using your odd object that you will use for the workout. Elbows out in front of you, tummy's really tight, bum is tight, thighs are tight, press it over your head. And same the other side. So you do 5. Tight tummy, elbows out in front. And that elbow stays out in front for as long as it can until it anatomically has to come round. Okay. Thruster. So quite a few thrusters recently, so this should be quite straightforward now, guys. Pop it up under your shoulder, and your front squat position. Stand up. When the weight gets to here, pop up over your shoulder, all in one motion. So it looks like this. Okay. The most important thing to think about is that you don't initiate the pushing part until you've fully stood up. Okay. 2 seconds. Go get it. Now, if you are working with a fixed object, the drill that I want you to work through now is to establish how many strict press can you do in 30 seconds on both sides, twice. So you'll have 4 numbers. Twice on this side, twice on this side, and take the average of those, and that is the number that you will do in here. 10 times 12, 10 times 14, 10 times 6, whatever your number is, whatever a max average number is, that's what you put in here. So you will do that in the workout. You will do, let's imagine it's 8. You'll do 10 times 8, so you'll do 8, and then you'll do 8, and that's 1 set. You'll be lifting every 2 minutes, so let's imagine that takes you well, it's the max average in 30 seconds, it should take you a minute. So you'll have approximately a minute's rest in between. Hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, drop us a line. Okay, strict press with a bar. So I want you to start with an empty bar. I want you to just focus on your setup before you start to build up. Okay, so pop it up into your front rack position. Where are my hands? My hands are just outside my shoulder width. Where are my elbows? They are pointing down. Where are my wrists? They're not in my front rack position as if I'm doing a front squat. Or like this. Why is that? Because there's not enough tension in my wrists. And I go to push up, guess what? My wrists just bend. So my wrists got a bit locked. And from here, I tighten up my tummy, squeeze my bum, squeeze my thighs, push the whole thing over my head. Now, I want you to have somewhere between a 3 and a 5 second pause at the top when you're doing this. So it's 2 sets of 10 reps. So one rep will look like this. Whenever you're up at the top here, I really want you to squeeze your belly, tummy as much as you can. Push, make sure your elbows are completely straight. And really think about engaging the muscles in your back. Okay, so it's quite a simple movement. Make sure that when the bar finishes, it's above your heel. I mean, it's fine if it's between the heel and where your laces and your shoes are, like somewhere in that range, it's fine. But if it's way back behind you, no. If it's arms way in front of you, make sure it's stacked. And ideally you want to create a straight line. If you have the mobility, you want to create a straight line between your wrist, elbow, shoulder, hips, knees, ankles, completely straight. And if you find that you're flaring a huge amount, really think about bringing your tummy down. Imagine you've got a can that's sitting in your tummy and you want to crush it, squish it. The other way to think about it, of course, is whenever we do our good mornings and we think about the distance between our belly button and our sternum, and we want to keep that constant the whole time. It's the same, so you want to try and keep that constant the whole time. You don't want to, when you're pressing, you're doing this too much. As best you can, at least, think about pulling that down. It's something I have to really work hard on, try to pull that and pull the ribcage down. And why is that? Because it means that everything can just be in better alignment, and you can be more solid, and you can recruit better, and you can recruit your muscles more stable. Okay. So the drills for this one are pretty straightforward. Build, if you're working with an empty bar, build up to 70-80% of where you think you're going to get to. And then add weight as you go through. Remembering that you won't be able to add a lot of weight as you go through. You'd be looking to add like 1 1.25 plates, so like 2.5 kilos each time. Like that. And maybe you might even have some fractionals that are less than that. So build up, work your way through it. Then part B is 10 wall ball or 10 thrusters followed by 30 sit-ups, 4 rounds per time, flat out. This part should take you, and obviously this first part takes you 20 minutes because it's 10 sets, 2 minutes. There you go. You don't need to be a magician or mathematician. You don't need to be a mathematician to work that one out.
Or a magician.
Or a magician. But this one here, it is 5 to, well, definitely less than 10 rounds. Your thrusters. If you're doing thrusters, what weight should your thrusters be? Your thrusters should be 10 completely unbroken, not even having to think about it. Just bosh them out. Same way with the wall ball, like 10 wall ball. Shouldn't really be having to think about it too much. Should just be a consistent movement. So if you have just a fixed weight, well then that's your weight, and that's what you're going to work with. If you're doing it with a barbell, I would probably suggest that you do it with an empty barbell. But it's definitely 10 that you can do completely unbroken. Okay, Sarah, from behind the camera, any pearls of wisdom, insights into magnificence?
I don't think so. You said the thing about the shoulder press, it very quickly becomes heavy. Hard.
Yeah, it goes from being, yeah, this is fine, to I can't move the weight.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's because we're using very small muscles in our shoulders, whereas whenever we're doing most of our other movements, like our squats and our deadlifts, we're using the biggest muscles in our bodies.
Yeah.
We're using the smallest muscles in our shoulders for this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But no, nothing other than that. The sit-ups are hard going.
Yeah. This workout's a sit-up workout, but it's pretty straightforward.
It's not often that I actually say a wall ball was a rest.
The wall ball was the rest. The wall ball thing. Okay, guys. One more workout tomorrow, and we're done. Enjoy this one. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.